Welcome back to the AB Scale Project. I'm Krager, and this is Alpha Bravo. And today we're starting off with the Autobot Sky Taxi, Jetfire. He first appeared buried in ice halfway through Season 1 of the original series. He's been featured mostly in printed media until most recently starring in the Netflix War for Cybertron series. In IDW, he was a great scientist and reluctant warrior that made many of the scientific advancements for the Autobots. For the toys, I'm pretty much ignoring all the Scout class and blow molds. I've got Cyberjet Strafe in for Cyberjet's Jetfire and Machine Wars Thundercracker in for Robots in Disguise 2001 Skyfire recolor, but that's the smallest we're going. Our other recolor stand-in is Universe Treadbolt for the Classics Jetfire. Our height stand-ins are Energon Omega Supreme for the Fans Toys Phoenix, Mastermind Creations Overlord for the DACA Toys Cronus, Titan's Return Blaster for the Make Toys Buster Skywing, Siege Sideswipe for the Animated, Titanium Thundercracker for the Titanium Jetfire. Pulling double duty for this segment is Mechaform Sky Guardian that is also standing in for the X2 Toys Sky Crusher, and Energon's Jetfire is standing in for Cybertron. First off, we'll remove all the non-G1 IDW appearance. So we'll remove the movie toys, the Unicron trilogy, the Make Toys, the Animated, the RID 2001, and the Cyberjet. By the scale chart, he should be Supreme. By IDW, he went from Supreme to Leader size. So we'll remove the Cyber Series, the Titanium, the Classics, and the Cyberverse. At this point, I'm going to remove G1. And not for playability like usual, but because it does not have a visorless head mold. It actually has very advanced posability for its time. We're down to the Fans Toys Phoenix, the DACA Toys Cronus, the Siege Jetfire, the Mechaform Sky Guardian, the X2 Toys Sky Crusher, and then the T-30. I'm going to go ahead and eliminate the X2 Toys Sky Crusher because it just looks goofy. For the remaining, we can nitpick about the size. Applying the new War for Cybertron Voyager scale versus the G1 scale chart versus the remaining molds, Mechaform Sky Guardian is actually the closest to the correct G1 size. But it's a god-awful mold. I transformed it once and it was painful. Plus it looks like a proof of concept for a better figure. Like 2 or 3 more iterations and it would have been perfect. Why do I own it, you ask? Because it was on clearance and I didn't know Siege Jetfire was coming. So long story short, too late, I know. We're looking for a size from T30 to Mechaform. Since the Mechaform is terrible, we'll expand to Siege as our next step in order. So we'll eliminate the Fans Toys, the DACA Toys, and the Mechaform Sky Guardian for playability. So we're down to the T-30 and the Siege. T-30 is a great figure and works for the latter end of the IDW continuity, but the Siege is just so much better. Everything tabs in great, except for the chest armor I never use, and it's fun to transform and to pose. So the winner is Siege. He may be too tall for G1, but this is just an awesome figure, and it hits all the appearance notes from G1 and early IDW. Next up, we'll look at Sideswipe. This hot-headed warrior first appeared in the first episode of the original series. He was the one with the jetpack, if you didn't hear him say it multiple times. He was featured in almost every form of media since, also most recently featured in the Netflix War for Cybertron series. In IDW, he was a brash warrior always spoiling for a fight that wound up in a coma. For the toys, we went over a lot of the molds in the Red Alert episode, link below, so we're going to cover a few I think are relevant or never became Red Alert. Our recolor stand-in is Follow Cybertron Jazz for the Sideswipe repaint. That looks like the knockoff over here. And Animated Rodimus Minor is in for the Animated. Universe is doing double duty for itself and the Armada Heights stand-in. For our IDW G1 appearance, the Animated, the RID 2015, the Armada, and the movies are out. The FOC is on the bubble for appearance, but since we have better options, I'm going to go ahead and pull it and the KO. By the scale chart, he should be a deluxe. So the alternators and the Cyber Series are out. G1 is out for playability. We're down to the Universe and the Siege. Between the two, Siege is the best for IDW and G1. They did use the Universe a little bit for the comics, but I don't like the head sculpt of the actual toy, and the transformation is a little clunky. So the winner is Siege. For me, this is the ultimate mold for Sideswipe. The only thing that would make him perfect is if he had the Lamborghini Countach LP500S alt mode. From what we've got though, I love it. I've got him decked out with the shoulder cannon from Thingiverse, the jetpack from the Generation Select Centurion pack, and my own design gun that is available on Shapeways, linked below. Last but definitely not least, especially if you ask him, is Sunstreaker. This narcissist that's better than you first appeared in the first episode of the original series. He had a lot of notoriety in printed media, but hasn't reappeared in an animated form. In IDW, he was a key figure in the early Simon Furman stories and was one of the few survivors of that continuity. He and his companion Bob the Bug even spent some time as a crew member of the Lost Light. Looking at the toys, you can see he hasn't had a lot of love mold-wise. I'm ignoring all the Scout class and below for this episode since, by the scale chart, he should be a deluxe. Our recolor stand-ins are RID 2001 Prowl for his first universe incarnation, Alternator Sideswipe for the Alternator's Binaltech. MP Prowl is in for the Masterpiece and the Omnigonic Spin-Out. Since I already mentioned that Sunstreaker is a deluxe, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the Alternator's Binaltech, the MP, and the Omnigonics. For playability, I'm removing G1. For IDW G1 appearance, I'm removing the first universe. I'm also going to remove the Combiner Wars because his chest is more cordon than Sunstreaker. I'm going to call the winners here. Earthrise for G1 and the second universe for IDW. As much as I dislike the universe mold, they used it for most of the 2005 IDW continuity run. It doesn't hit the notes for G1 though, so the Earthrise is there to cover that. That's it for today. If there's a character you'd like to see, put your request in the comments below. Thanks for joining us today on the AB Scale Project. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see y'all later.